It is 9 o'clock on Monday, May 21st. So I'm officially 1 week in. Feels good. I don't feel as good as I did a week ago. But, let's see if I can get it here. I don't feel as good as I did a week ago, but that's what 145 or 150 miles does. It kind of beats you up a little bit. Last night was the end to a rough day. I just could not rebound from forgetting my food bag and hiking an extra 6 miles. So I actually hiked 24 miles yesterday. And so I hiked 24 miles yesterday. I only logged 18. And that's not the most encouraging thing. So I got into about mile 18 last night for the day. I counted, and I was too tired to even set up my tent, so I cowboy camped. I put my tent down as kind of a footprint, and then put my air mattress over the top of that, my sleeping bag on top of that. So I think I slept the best out of all the nights. I think I slept the best out of all the nights that I've been on the trail last night, actually. Probably because I was just so tired. No one is picking me up. So I'm having to walk a mile to this Paradise Cafe where I'm gonna have some. Oh man, I'm looking for some breakfast, man. I'm starving. I haven't really had breakfast. I just wanted to get here. I woke up at 4:30. I was on the trail at 5 today, and it's kind of a really cool, just cloudy morning. So that was appreciated. So I've already got 8 miles in by 9 o'clock today. So I'm moving pretty good today. The problem is there's a big fire closure, and it's not a big fire closure. It's a 4-mile closure, which really puts a damper on the whole system. I can either hike, I think it's about 18 miles to Phopes Junction, and then I have to drop down, and it's like 2,500 vertical feet in about 3 miles. So it's a super steep trail down into Idlewild, and then you have to go down into Idlewild, resupply. So you have about, I don't even know how many days of food yet, and all your water, and you have to lug it up again to the same amount, so like 2,500 to 3,000 feet. And it just doesn't sound super appealing, but I'm torn because I want to be as pure as I can, because that's about 18 miles of open trail that I'm going to miss. And I'm not sure if I'm going to regret doing that, or the second option is to hitchhike into Idlewild, which is only 12 miles by car. And then I would take the rest of today off and rest, and then I would go up from there. So either way, it's going to be a bitch of a hike up, but at the same time, you don't have to hike it down, because otherwise, without the closure, what I would have done is I would have ate at Paradise for breakfast, gone in to Idlewild, resupplied, came back, hitchhiked back to Paradise, and then hike on, and that eases into the 3,500 or 25 to 3,000 feet of San Jacinto, I think, or whatever it is. So I'm really torn on it, but I'm gonna go to Paradise Cafe, talk with some other hikers, see what they're doing, and kind of go from there. again, I'm torn on it because I want to be pure, but at the same time, that adds a whole extra day of unnecessary hiking, because up and down is just, it's like 3 miles each way or something near it. So it's an extra 6 miles when I wouldn't have to do that anyway. Again, it's a back and forth ball game that I've been playing since about this time yesterday. So I'm so excited for a fresh meal. So they said coming into town, you probably spend about $100 every time. Yeah. So my feet were killing me. I was having really bad feet problems, and I think that it was just the shoe not having enough padding, because every day my feet would just ache. It felt like my feet were it was almost like bare feet walking on rocks. So I ditched the minimalist movement and went with Ultra Olympus 2.0s. So it's kind of an old model, but pretty sweet. Got some more padding in there. And so we'll see how those work. I also got some sock liners to prevent my toes from rubbing together. So that should help with the blisters. I'm gonna go back to the hotel and pop them. But I also upgraded my pack. I was walking in a $40 backpack. So I went and shelled out, I think it was $230 on a ULA OEM, I believe it is. I'll correct that if I'm wrong, but it's more comfortable. I was going with the large hip belt, and I upgraded to a small hip belt because I have a tiny waist. So we'll see how that works. I think it'll work a lot better. It fits me up better already, so I truly believe that I spent money where I needed to spend it. I also bought a hotel room, and that's not spending money where I need to spend it. But it is going to be nice to, it was nice to use their Wi-Fi and upload all these videos that are all going to come in at the same time. And yeah, it's just going to be a great night in Idlewild. So that pretty much wraps up my day in Idlewild. Resupplied at a market here. They didn't have really anything that I was looking for. So we're gonna try a new food strategy. I'm gonna go with salami. I think that has enough preservatives in it to last a day or two. I'm a little nervous about this one. This is my biggest stretch without a town. So it looks to be, I'm gonna hope to get it done in 4 days. And the longest that I've been out there is 2. So I'm doubling up. I've been overstocked on food this whole time. So I'm gonna go a little bit under this time and see if I actually eat all of what I bring. I'm definitely nervous about it. A little bit of butterflies in my stomach because it can be a big section from Idlewild, which is, depending on how you look at it, I look at it as it's 152 miles because the trail closure thing was dumb. 8 miles of the trail, and you had to hike an extra 6 to get off. So, not a fan of that one, but it's kind of at the point where it is what it is. I skipped 8 miles, and that's kind of the common thing. The few people that have done the 8 miles that are just getting into Idlewild say it was the dumbest thing ever, and that if they had to do it over again, they would have just hitched in like we did. So I think I made a good decision. I'm actually gonna make up a little extra bit of mileage tomorrow by going over San Jacinto Peak instead of taking the PCT around it. So I'm gonna go up and over the top and down the backside. So tomorrow should be a good day. Now I gotta figure out how much water I need to bring to lug up that whole way, and I think it's a lot. I haven't looked at the water report exactly yet, but that's what I'm gonna do when I get back to the hotel room. So, yeah, we'll see what's going on. It's nice to have other hikers in the area to bounce ideas off of, see what they're doing. It's just you have to do your own thing, but it is nice to hear other people's perspective.